Hi Becky, thanks for joining me.
That's okay.
How's your weekend away? You went to London, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a really good weekend actually. So it was my friend's birthday, so we went for a meal and I went into some clubs. But I found it really expensive in London.
London always is. Was it a big birthday?
She was 24, but there's loads of in the friendship group where our birthdays are all in the same month, so we thought we might as well like have a party in the same weekend.
Yeah, do it all together. It's
Yeah,
nice to get everyone
absolutely.
together, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was good fun.
Do you do city breaks often?
I mean, now I've had more weekends off. Like me and my boyfriend tend to go out a lot more, like just visiting other towns and cities and like days out and stuff. So yeah, it's really nice to do that, spend a bit of time together. But I can't wait to get like a proper holiday booked, like abroad. Somewhere.
Yeah, have you looked at anywhere nice?
I was looking at Cyprus. I mean, it's really hot there, and I literally just sit on the sunbed the whole time.
Nothing better.
Yeah. So have you going anywhere or?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to Rhodes for our wedding.
Oh.
So it's just we're going for the week. So there's quite a few people going, family and friends.
Is it a family wedding?
It's a friend, so we're going away. So they've got their family, and then sort of a big group of friends that are going. So it should be lovely. Oh no, yeah, can't wait to get out in the sun.
Nice.
So, shall we get down to business then?
Okay then.
So you've been with us now for 12 months. This is your first annual appraisal. Yeah. You've had your 3 months after your probation. So that's gone really well. It's your first check-in just to see how things go and a bit of a catch-up. And how have you found your first year here then?
Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with my progress. I definitely feel as though I've come on since I first started.
Yeah.
And I reach all of my targets as well. And I think I'm performing well within myself too.
Yeah. Well, the feedback I've had from your team leaders has been really, really positive. You're always reaching your targets and performing well. The first bit from me though, is just to touch on your absences. So at the moment they're quite high. You've had 8 in the last 12 months, which is it is a bit higher than national average is 4.4. So they've all been 2-day absences falling at kind of similar times. So anything that we can do ourselves to help you along and stop them happening for the future?
I don't know. I think that's a bit of a coincidence that they've kind of fell on the same times in the months.
Yeah.
But they kind of happened when I was first with the company. I found it really, really difficult to adjust to the change.
Okay.
Like mentally and physically, like it was such a jump from what I was used to.
Yes, it's always something that we look to avoid and support, especially when you do have a change. I am aware that you didn't have any return to work interviews after your absences, which that's no fault of your own at all. Did you feel like maybe your absences could be avoided if you did?
Maybe if I discussed with someone the way I was feeling, I wouldn't have, like, because when I first started I did dread coming to work. So maybe if I spoke to someone, maybe that could have prevented it that way, yeah.
Well, that's something I'll follow up to ensure it doesn't happen again. Absence is taken seriously here because obviously if one team member is out, it does put a lot more stress and the workload onto other workers, which is, if it's avoidable, then we would like to avoid it. Obviously sometimes you can't help but be ill, which you know is absolutely fine, but if there is any help or support that you need, please do let me or any of your team leaders know, and we'll help you through that. So we always want you to feel supported. Yeah. So let's have a look at your self-appraisal form.
Yeah,
last week.
I've never filled one out before, so I don't really know. So I've kind of just answered it as best as I can.
Have a look then. So see that you've ticked no for boxes B and D, which are both relating to your action plans. So it's about your development really. Yeah. Do you not feel as though you've had much opportunity to discuss your personal action plans with anybody?
Not really. I mean, everyone gets so sucked into the day job that you don't know where the time goes. And because I haven't had one of these appraisals yet, maybe I haven't had the opportunity to talk to anyone about it, like with my absences as well. Yeah. So it kind of hasn't really been the right time or place because obviously we've got to get a job done as well.
Yeah, I understand. So we never want anyone to feel they haven't had the right opportunity here. Yeah. To discuss your development in the workplace is something that's really important. Your progression, you know, we want you to progress within the company. So I apologise on behalf of the management team for that. So hopefully after this appraisal you feel a bit more comfortable and, you know, we can outline some actions. And
yeah, I think it would give me time to talk to people, kind of.
Yeah, definitely. So let's have a look at question 2. What do you feel you've accomplished?
Yeah, so I put down that I reach all my targets within the KPI, and I always pick the orders within the target time. So I think that's really good part of my job role.
I've got your performance summary for the last 12 months here. Okay. There's a copy for you.
Oh, thank you.
That's my one.
Oh, so, 99%.
Yeah. So here, that's where you're reaching your targets each month, which is brilliant. It's what we like to see. It has been noted that you don't seem to be putting as much effort in as recently in the last few months as previously. Yeah. Have you noticed this yourself?
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe, yeah, sometimes.
Why do you think that could be?
I don't know, maybe it's because I'm used to the job that I'm doing now. So obviously when I first started it was a challenge and I did kind of dread coming to work. But these last kind of 8 months have been really, really like, I come in and I know exactly what I'm doing.
So you don't feel you dread it as much now?
No, not at all. And I don't feel I'm underperforming because if you look on here, like, like a lot of it's been done.
Not underperforming at all, but we do want everyone to keep progressing.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously the more you progress, the more you start enjoying, then you can find it a bit more of a challenge
maybe
again.
I'm just getting a bit, not bored, but it's just the same job. Like maybe I need something, a little bit of a challenge.
A challenge, yeah. So do you think if we make things a bit more interesting, you know, you make a bit more of a challenge, and then maybe a bit of a competition with yourself or with others, obviously keeping it friendly.
Yeah. I mean that could be good. So like we could have like a bit of work banter like with different departments.
Definitely.
So
you always keep everything interesting. So if we increase your target, to get more orders sent through to you, and then it's going to be a bit harder to reach target per hour, but you know that's what we want it to.
Yeah, that sounds good because then I'll actually come and think, oh, I've got to reach a new target now. So that that
so
sounds
instead
really
of exceeding your current target, we'll reach and exceeding higher ones. To keep it a bit more of a challenge. So we'll set your new target at 23 picks per hour.
Yeah.
So we'll review that in a month's time with your team leader just to see how you're getting on. So we don't set the bar too high just yet, so there's always room for improvement.
Okay, that sounds really good.
Yeah, so I'll just note that down. So then, number 3.
Yeah. So difficulties carrying out in work.
Yeah.
So I put that to begin with because I found the days really tiring and I think they took a toll on my body, which was obviously when I first started here.
Yeah.
And I wasn't used to that work, such strenuous work. And I think it was a bit of a shock to the system. So I think to work into such a fast pace and kind of being here, there and everywhere, like I was only be able to do so much that I could do, and because I was only trained on the pump truck as well, like I find it really like sometimes things are really like some orders can be really heavy or like really big and bulky. So I mean I used the power pump truck and that made everything easier, but I've got to get used to it and I've got to get used to working like which would be the best equipment to use. So I mean, you know, I do like the job. It really keeps me in shape. Like I don't need to go to the gym. So, but yeah, definitely like getting trained on different things and like the difficulty would be having to do so many jobs.
The strenuous work. Yeah. I definitely think the change to your working environment is a shock to the system. Am I right in saying you came from a retail background?
Yeah, I did. So I used to work in fashion retail stores, so it was like a massive change going from like a small store, working with customers, like your job almost getting distracted and like the customer obviously comes first. Yeah. And then obviously now being non-stop on the go.
It's non-stop work.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do feel like I've adapted and I'm finding things like not finding it as hard. Yeah. But I don't think they're getting easier. Like we've just set a new target, so I think that would be good for me to work to.
Well, it's definitely strenuous work. It does take a bit of time to get used to and adjust to. But it sounds as if you're adjusting well, which is good. Yeah. So we've got number 4 then. What part of your jobs do you do best?
So I think obviously looking at this key performance as well. It's accurate and on time for all the orders. Yeah. So I don't often exceed them, but I get it on time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's really good that good observation that is, and self-feedback shows that you're already aware and you're thinking about what you're not doing as well. Yeah. Which is really good. It definitely shows to me that you're aware of your performance. Yeah. And you're already thinking about your development before you even come in.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously that was a concern of mine, and I'd picked up on it, but I think after this meeting, I will be able to develop myself, obviously with the new target as well.
So then your next page is have difficulty with using equipment such as a PPT?
Yeah, so obviously it does help my job. Obviously some things can be really, really heavy, so that is easier to use, but I found that I'm not very confident with it, so sometimes I have to ask another member of staff, and I feel like then I'm taking them away from their job. Because I'm not so confident on the machine, but it does make my job easier, but I don't want to deflect people from doing their job as well.
So the next course is coming up. I'll put you in for a refresher, and then hopefully this will help you a bit more confidence with using it, because it definitely does help with the workload, not so strenuous like you said, and then you'll be excuse me, more comfortable in using it. So I think the next one is in 2 weeks' time. I'll put your name down for that, and it'll be a bit of a refresher.
Yeah, that would be really good.
So let's have a look. So the next bit touches on what you fail to enjoy.
I think socialising with the co-workers, so you know, the whole thing which happened with Sarah. I had to put a grievance in against me, which kind of really did upset me as well. Like I didn't come into work to expect that, so we never really got on from the off. Maybe we're just two people which kind of just clash, but it's all been sorted, and we just tend to work on a civil work friendship, which is maybe why I haven't done the socialising.
Well, I'm aware of the circumstances. Do you think that affected you in making other friendships here?
Yeah, so I don't think I've made any other friendships really. What happened with Sarah really played a big part. Like, it kind of affected my home life as well, which is like made me dread coming to work. So she's been here a lot longer than I have, and she's already got like her friendship groups, like little cliques within the workplace. So I mean, people kind of not take sides, but if they've known her longer and I'm like a newcomer, but that's it really. But I have kind of found, I mean, I speak to people on a work basis, but social's kind of difficult for me.
Okay, well, you spend so much time at work, so it's always it's nice to have a work friendship, and we really do like to encourage that, because we don't want anyone to dread coming into work. We want everyone to feel comfortable, because you spend most of your life at work. So have you ever thought of coming to any of the charity events, the corporate events that we do?
No, I've never really thought, like, because I don't have anyone to go with really.
Well, I mean, we've got a few coming up. It's always nice to come in, you know, we have a bit of fun, play games, put everyone on different tables every year. So there's so many people that work here that you probably don't even see. That, you know, you could build new friendships with. So it could be something that's really, it's a fun event.
When is the next one?
We have one coming up in June.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, if you ever think about that, and maybe you can come along to the next one.
Yeah, definitely.
So then number 5. Any skills or knowledge that you don't feel is utilised?
Actually, I put down organisation. And to try and teach others, because obviously I've been here a year now. People are coming in that are newer than me, so I can teach them too.
Did you tend to do that kind of thing in your previous job?
So I am very organised, and in my last job I kind of took on an unofficial leadership role. And I really, really enjoyed that, because it kind of added something more to my day.
Yes, definitely.
I love helping people to get on with things and kind of teach them like the good way of doing it, get the job done quick. So actually I've been really interested in becoming a team leader, because I get on with my team leader quite well too.
Have you heard much about the Pathways programme that we have
No, I haven't heard of that.
Well, it's a programme that's been running for the last 5 years. It helps with your progress. So people that like to progress to become a team leader and manager and progress through the company. So with you thinking about becoming a team leader here, that sounds like it would really be something of interest to you.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting.
So the programme does work on a yearly basis, so unfortunately you have missed this year's intake. But I think having the next year to progress, work on your personal development, and that could definitely, you know, increase in your performance. I definitely think by the end of the year you'll be well in with the chance to go into the programme.
Yeah, that would be great.
And it's really an incentive to work for.
Yeah, exactly. Something to work towards.
In the meantime, what we can do is buddy you up. So we've got, you know, we then have a lot of new starters. So like you said, you like to help people with their development too. So if we buddy you up, you know, with each time we've got new starters coming in, it'll really help with your progression and it'll help with theirs.
Yeah, kind of like a new start.
Definitely.
So I kind of brush my first couple of months under the carpet and kind of start again.
Yeah. So I'll liaise with your team leader and I'll get the ball rolling for that.
Thanks. I feel it will help me so much and definitely give, like you say, more things in my day to do.
Yeah, definitely that could help with getting your targets up.
Yeah.
So anything that you need just for your training?
Obviously the PPT training, just a bit like the refresher course, which you've said you'll book me on. So no, I think we've covered everything. This meeting's really helped me. I've found like I've been able to talk to someone as well.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's what we like. So any other additional notes or anything that you want to ask me?
No, nothing.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks very much.
Thank you.